All right, Mopar people, welcome back to the channel. I'm just Mopar Joe. Got a couple big announcements before I get into anything here today. I got some new t-shirts up, t-shirts, stickers, all that stuff you can check out on Etsy. It's actually a very similar page that you can find some of the Bad Tree Production stuff. I got to work with Blake and some of his family on that stuff, but it turned out really nice. They made me a new design. I'll show it to you here, showing the Challenger. You can get that Challenger thing on the front of a shirt. You can also get it as a sticker, separate sticker. Different shirt, the Just Mopar Joe pocket logo. And on the back of that shirt kind of has the cool old logo that I adapted from an old license plate of my dad's. And it says, "I'd rather push a Mopar than drive a Ford." And then you kind of see the Just Mopar Joe logo there on the quarter panel. I thought that was pretty cool. So look, that stuff's available on Etsy. If you go ETSY and type in Just Mopar Joe, all my stuff will pull up there. So go check them out. I try to keep everything affordable. I'm not trying to make a bunch of money on shirts and stuff, but I wanted to change it up a little bit. I'll be adding more to that store as the days go on. But anyway, let's get to today's video. Okay, so I actually had a guy reach out to me on Instagram. If you want to find me on there, it's Just Mopar Joe. Also on TikTok, if you're on TikTok, I try to put up some short video clips of stuff that I'm doing with cars and whatever else. Had a guy reach out to me on Instagram, send me a message, and we got to talking. He actually built his first 360 using my videos. So back in, I want to say early, like January of 2020, I started a build series for 360 stuff, and it was just supposed to be bare bones, kind of a tutorial on step-by-step how you could build an engine. And that was my goal at the time, was to have a series that somebody could literally use and build an engine. This guy did that. He's pretty young. His name's Francisco, and he reached out to me on Instagram. He was having a few issues trying to get some stuff buttoned up and whatever, and I remember seeing him. I'm gonna post up some stuff here. He was asking some questions on a Mopar Engines group, and the question was, it said, "Good morning, everyone. I have a question. I'm building a 360 engine, and when I disassembled it, I forgot to mark the heads. So now I don't know which one is for the right or left side. Is there something I can do to identify which is which?" So him not ever having any experience with this at all, like he had literally never changed the oil in his vehicle before. So he got a Duster, he got a 360 from a junkyard, and he wanted to be sure the engine ran after he rebuilt it to put in the car. He asked a question like that, and he gets a bunch of knucklehead responses. I'll read a couple with you. One guy was like, "Better stop right there, you're doomed." Somebody else, "You got a 50-50 chance." You know, there were several helpful responses. One guy, "Before I would have posted this, I would have Googled it. Embarrassing post." There's no need to be embarrassed about something if you literally don't know. And sometimes Google is not the best place to go and look. Okay? So, other responses, which Francisco had, he had a good response back. "I don't really care what you think. It's my very first rebuild ever, and I like to ask people for advice, not Google." That's a good idea. Because someone else said, "Because Google is never wrong." So someone else gave him advice, he appreciated it, etc. But he reached out to me. He was ready to get the engine started, and it was to the point of how does he fire the distributor and the coil? And I helped him go through that. I'm going to put up some pictures here so you can see kind of his progress early on in the engine. And like we went back and forth several times, and I got to the point of like he kept apologizing for having questions, and I said like, man, I'm invested in this now. Like I want to see it run. Like if you use my video to do it, I want to be sure everything's right. So he did finally get it going, got it fired up. And then I actually had a couple buddies send me this thing from the Mopar Engines group later and said, hey everyone, I finally finished building my 360 and I want to test run it outside of my Duster. Can someone help me out on how to wire it up to do that? I have no experience with that, so I would appreciate it if the explanation was as simple as possible. Thank you. So here come more responses. Google Mopar ignition wiring. If you don't know anything about wiring and you Google Mopar ignition wiring, 10,000 schematics is going to pop up on the internet. That's not going to help anybody. Someone else, points distributor, ballast resistor, and a battery. So that is an idea. Does he know what a points distributor is? No. Ballast resistor? No. Battery? Probably, yes. Okay. So now we start getting at other questions. People are kind of being more helpful, but that was kind of where he got stuck at, and he was able to reach out to me. I just recommended a simple HEI module for a Chevrolet, especially just for his engine run stand. He was able to wire it up real quick, get the engine firing, and then eventually got it started within a couple days. Like so. He had enough determination to push forward and build his own engine and run it on the stand before ever putting it in the car. So hopefully y'all can congratulate Francisco in the comments. You know, he's a younger guy. I'm not sure. I would guess 20 or younger. I didn't ask. He is on he's on Facebook and Instagram. If you want to follow him and his project on Instagram, I'll put his name up here for you. And y'all can give him a shout out if you'd like. You know, for the most part, I think he's doing everything right. If you don't have anyone around you that can actually help you with something, you need to reach out and get help. I mean, I try to help everyone I can. And he's kind of made, it's a big win for me in the channel because that's what the videos are for. I've got one for the 360 build video series and then the 413 build video series. And if you're building a big block or small block, that should check the boxes off for you if you do those things that's in the videos. So anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate him letting me share his story. And I'm gonna mail him a t-shirt to Mexico where he's at. And yeah, so thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch you next time. If you have to be the guy on the internet that can't give a good response to someone trying to learn, maybe you should get off the internet. I don't know. Try to do for others like you want done for you, and you'll have a better time. Anyway, thank y'all for watching once again, and congratulations to Francisco. Good job, buddy.